Hello, Facebook, YouTube. This is Bishop Frederick Allen. I wanted to bring you out here to this church in Grand Bay. Really, I wanted you to see the church that this wicked sheriff deputy accused me of breaking into. I really want to get this to the point where Kay Ivey, the governor of Alabama, and Hal Taylor, who is the head of law enforcement in the state of Alabama, can see this. I believe the colleagues of Deputy Joseph McGuire are in cahoots with him, in collusions, hiding his dirty deeds. I'm a pastor that was innocently framed and a charge put on me. This church sits here in a very remote area, and that's the night light that shines at night, very bright, which casts a shadow here in this field, which make it more so dark behind this church. It really sits here in a field, and I want to show you where I was brought to as I was asleep in the truck of Joseph Giles the night of October the 9th rather, 2019, when he came back behind this church and stole the Hammond C3 organ out of this place. And this is very wooded. I want you to see. You don't have to be a smart detective to know that there was no way, I was lost. I didn't know where I was. And this church, this where the door was breaching. If you look at it now, had much repaired. Anybody with a screwdriver can go into it. But I didn't know anything about this church. Had never been into it. I don't know if it was Edgar Holmes' church or not, whether he owned it or what the situation was. I know he once pastored it, and Joseph Giles was told where the organ was and how to come in here and get it. So he came behind the church, and all of this side right here was darkness. It just had this little lane that's cut. And so it was fairly easy to do. When I awakened and found out that he was inside the church, me having to find out, I was very comfortable because I had no clue that a crime was afoot. And this went on for a long time, months, and I played the organ, loved the organ, but it wasn't Bishop Edgar Holmes' organ. It belonged to the late Mr. Joe Moore and his family. What I believe, and I'm told that he owned this church. Now the family owned it, that he's deceased. But what's a shame about this is that the sheriff, Deputy Joseph McGuire, would attach this to my name. And I'm wondering if Sheriff Sam Cochran is going to let that stand. When it comes to a citizen, I believe it was another prominent pastor that he would come from behind his desk, come out here and look at this and see what this situation is. This is a shame. I watched First 48. First 48 deals with law in the city of Mobile. And ain't no law for one person and another law for the next. And I see the situations, how law is handled right here. I'm a fan of First 48 when it comes to Mobile, that deals with the laws of the state of Alabama. And ain't no one law for somebody else and another law for another. So this is the front of the church. The organ has been returned from what I'm told. I hope this can show the inside. Yeah, there the organ sits to the right. There it sits. And there, let me see if I can get a good shot. There the Leslie sits. And so he came through the back way. I've never been here. This is my third or fourth time because I came back to take these pictures. I want you to see this. And I'm telling Chief Lawrence Baptiste, I don't know what your attitude is, sir. Sheriff Sam Cochran, this is wrong. This would not happen to a white pastor I know. If any pastor do a crime, he should do the time. But I didn't do no crime here, and this is wrong. And this is a malicious. He maliciously put this on me, and I don't care that it's thrown out. It's still on my name. I want it moved from my record. This was wrong. It is very petty, and he was selling a personal vendetta because he lied to me, and I called him a liar because he said he was in the funeral home in May when Bishop Dixon passed away that year, and the organ was not there, and he lied. He got on the phone showing me disrespect. If you listen at it, he was, why are you doing this? Who told you to do this? How much they paying you to do this? That light right there on that pole. I don't know if you can see it. Right in the center of this picture. It's a big light. Cast a great shadow behind here. And that shadow was behind here that night when the so-called Bishop Joseph Giles came back here with his truck. Me in the truck asleep. And but again, I had no knowledge that a crime was afoot. This was it just appeared to be a regular standard transaction because it's okay for his friend Bishop Edgar Holmes to give him the organ if he so desire. I can give my organ to anybody if I so desire. But when I discovered through rumors being said, and it was a rejoicing that because he had this insatiable desire to attach some kind of criminal activity to my name. He had talked to all of my enemies, everybody that liked me, the ghost of Christmas past, Christmas present, and Christmas future. And that fat rascal told me all about it. And he came on out here one day while I was in the truck. You know, this is a ways, and I just have that road fatigue. Anybody can tell you that know me, how sleep I get whether I'm driving or riding in a car. And this is the church. Nice, wonderful, beautiful church. But I'm not gonna let this happen to my parents. I'm their son, and I've striven all my life to hold up their name and to make them proud on earth. Now that they're in heaven, I endeavor to make them even more proud. I'm honored to be from Alabama, from Mobile in particular, and I'm at the disposal of the city officials, be it the mayor, city councilman, or whoever. When it comes to Mobile, I'm at their beck and call. I love Mobile, I love the city. I love being from down the bay, which is just a mile away from downtown Mobile. And this is the church. It didn't take Perry Mason to see this. So what he did, he put this on me because he can. And when I called the man over him, where you told him on the phone, you was there, you went, yeah, okay, I didn't tell him on the phone. I came down here to help him steal no organ. I didn't know where we was. I didn't know where I was. And I'd rather be inside this church in the dark than to be shot by the police. It's hunting season for black folk. So out of necessity, not knowing where I was, I had to find him where he was. And so it was strictly innocent. But the charge you put on me says I with intent came out here to break in this church. And that's a lie. And I don't have time to be running all over Mobile in a pandemic, fended and proven a lie that was stuck on me by a rogue detective that you affirm and validate. And that's what make me mad about white folks. They'll protect the brand. They ain't gonna protect righteousness. And I bet Sam Cochran is a Christian, and any kind of money that Joseph McGuire is a Christian, I would like to talk to their pastors. This is a shame that you would do this, and I'm the one who reported this crime, and the victim of that owned this church said specifically, leave Bishop Allen alone. Do not bother him, because I wouldn't have known of where the organ was unless he had told me. And this is what, so I need y'all to hear me, people. They don't, yes, the judge dismissed it, but it's still on my record as an arrest. And they use that. Notice when they stop a person, they say they was arrested for. Not that it's a charge against them, not that they was convicted, but they use the arrest as if it's an actual conviction. And I'm not. And I reiterate,